I had a lot of learning and unlearning to do, or learning some certain habit and having to learn this particular way of life, because this is how things are being done here. This is not my home, this is someone else's country. I cannot come to someone else's country and expect everything to be the way they were for me back home. So I have to, like, the whole process of learning and unlearning. It was really a lot of things, but that was it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video. My name is Vanessa, and on today's video we are going to be talking about some lessons I've learned in Ghana, talking about tolerance, patience, being calm, and all of that. Yeah, but before we get straight into today's video, this is your first time on my channel. Hi, my name is Vanessa and I talk very fast on this channel. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, if this is your first time on the channel, hi, my name is Vanessa. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in ACCRA, Ghana. Yeah, and I make video about my life in Ghana, exploring Ghana, showing you some very fun places in Ghana and beyond Ghana. So if this is something that you are interested in watching and seeing more of, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and join our ever-growing family. You can ask around, it's the best place to be. So yeah, subscribe and join our family. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment also, and share also. And let's get into today's video. Like my father used to say, this used to be something that my father would say all the time, that learning is a continuous thing. You literally never stop learning. The only time you actually stop learning is when you're dead and gone, buried, and you're forgotten. That's only when you should stop learning. So learning is like a continuous thing. So we learn every day. You go to a new place, you have to learn about things, how things are done. That way you have certain things to learn and unlearn also. So learning is a continuous process. And because I've been living in Ghana for quite a while now, for a number of years basically, and now there are quite a few lessons I've learned from my life from living here in Ghana that I decided to share with you all today. 4 years, we should do like a 4 years update. I think I'm going to do that video after this video. I think time for that, right? Because I moved to Ghana in May 2018. Yeah, we're going to do that. So I've been living in Ghana for 4 years, and I went to Nigeria last year before I moved back. Okay, I was living in Ghana for 3 years before I moved back to Nigeria last year. I was in Nigeria for about 8 months. Yes, that long. I was in Nigeria that long, guys, and it was honestly one of the best time I've had in a really long time. Like, I needed to be home then. Like, I was on the trip. I had planned to stay in Nigeria for a month. I ended up staying for 8 months. That was how amazing it was. I was really having the best time of my life. I stayed in Nigeria for that long. And one thing that actually helped my transition back to the Nigeria lifestyle, like living in Nigeria more smoothly, was applying some of the things I've learned in Ghana to my everyday life in Nigeria. That really helped me out a lot. Yeah, that it helped me, transition back from being away for a very long time back to my life in Nigeria, discovering a lot of things about myself, and now applying those things to my day-to-day life in Nigeria. That really helped me a lot. So let's talk about some of these lessons. Number one is change. Change is good. I know most people really do not like changing their life. They do not like changing things around too much. I was one of those persons. Before I relocated to Ghana, I had lived all my life in Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria, I have lived all my life in my home state, my hometown. Basically all my life. The only time I was out of that place, my town, basically, to like, was when I was doing my second degree. Even my first degree, I did that back home. I was home and I was going to school from home. It was only when I was going for my second degree that I had to go to Edo State. That was the only time I had ever been away from home. I grew up in a kind of home where we were a bit sheltered. Like, as a matter of fact, my dad would never let you go on holidays home. So yeah, like I was saying, I grew up in a kind of home where you are not even allowed to go on holidays to relations' house and all of that. Like, you had to be home. We were pretty sheltered. I think it was my dad's own way of making sure we are not exposed to certain things that are going on out in the world, because a lot of horrible things go on in the world, a lot of horrible things happen to children, and it was just his own way of making sure we are safe, keeping an eye on us, making sure he knows about exactly where we are, and nobody is treating us lesser than they should treat us. I think it was his own way of just like protecting us basically. So we didn't actually used to like go to someone else's house to go and live in someone else's house, or like travel. And no, we didn't do all of that. We were always home, basically always home. So the only time I left was when I was in school, and I went to my dad's old school. For my second degree, I went to where my dad graduated from. That was Ambrizale University in Eboma, Edo State, and Edo State is like my neighboring state. So that was like how sheltered I was before I left home to Ghana. So it was like I had lived this whole sheltered life. I was pretty much very comfortable with my life back home. So like I used to be very afraid of the unknown. Basically, I was like very used to being home, my lifestyle at home, that I was not open to change and the rest. With time, I came to like embrace that change. So yeah, being in Ghana for a while, I taught me that change is good, and change is not necessarily bad all the time. Because I feel like a lot of us are used to a certain way of life, and this is just what we want to be. We do not even want to like create room for changing things around once in a while. One of the lessons I learned living in Ghana was like change is good. Change is not necessarily a bad thing all the time. So yeah, fear of the unknown can rob you of the little joy of life basically. Number 2 of the lessons I've learned living in Ghana is to literally take life easy. I think somehow I feel like I'm always coming back to this point, right? And the reason I'm always coming back to this point in most of my videos is because I grew up in the society. I'm not saying the whole of Nigeria is like that, but mostly like where I'm from, I grew up in a society where we are always in a rush to achieve this and achieve that. I literally got my first degree when I wasn't even 18 years old yet. One thing people don't realize about me is that I've done the whole 9 to 5. I've worked in private companies in Nigeria. I've worked in the government sector in Nigeria. I got my first degree, civil engineering, from the State University of Science and Technology before I was even 18 years old, basically. And then I went and I started working for a private firm before I had to like go back to school for my second degree also. And then I came back. Within it, I started working for Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, the SOPADEC. Basically, I have done the whole 9 to 5 life, and then the second degree was done. Like I feel like when you're living a life where it seems like you picked way too young or too early, like when you're like 18, 19, and you feel like you've picked already. That was how my life really was. We were like, even after school, right? And I started my personal business. After my second degree, I started my business. I had a bar, a shawarma shop also. I make shawarma. I make very good shawarma, by the way. Yes, popcorn also, ice cream. I had this whole ice cream machine and all of that. I started my own business straight out of school again. It was always like we were always looking to like doing something else. So looking back, right, I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunities. Not to be anything, because obviously I was how will you call it? I was the model child in my area. The child where people will be like, oh, why won't you be like her? Why don't you be like her? She's this or she's that. That places a lot of pressure on you. Basically, you're always trying to achieve this, trying to achieve that. When you see someone is doing this, you want to do that also. So it was really a lot of things for me, basically. Like when I graduated and I was doing my personal business, I was actually the only one among my group of friends really earning a good living. But still, we are still trying to do this, do that. It was a lot of things. We're always in a hurry. We want to achieve more, want to do more. So I missed out on the opportunity of just being like a regular teenager. I talk very fast. So I didn't make a lot of mistakes on teenagers me. I didn't live the whole reckless life. It was school, it was working, 9 to 5, back, it was church, it was a lot of things for me basically. And I don't know, for the longest time I think I liked being the model child. It was not that I'm a bit older, I'm not looking back, I'm like I missed out on a whole lot of opportunity to like just basically fucked up. I wasn't fucking up. I was like, till now, if you go home and tell my mother I did something, she will literally tell you, of all my children, there is this one you will come and tell me he or she did this, and I will say yeah, but she did not do that. Like, if I'm not out doing something that is productive, basically I'm home. 247 I'm home, I will be at home. I'm not the kind of, so it was just a lot of things. So I learned to like take life a whole lot easier in Ghana. I wasn't watching no more. I went back to Nigeria this past 8 months. I discovered I didn't have like that whole urge to like hang out with this group of friends I was hanging out with before. I used to hang out with, that was the kind of group of friends that were like always doing this, always in competition, basically throwing jabs. Oh, I have to do this, to do that, putting this pressure on ourselves, like we aren't doing enough when we are actually doing more than a lot of people. It's just a lot of things. So going back home, I wasn't watching anything basically. I was just taking life one day at a time. And went back, I was helping my sister with her business. So a lot of you saw that, and I needed to start a new business also. So I was doing the whole registration. I wasn't rushing anything. I was just relaxed basically. I was like, every moment in time I'm going to enjoy the whole process, no matter how long a particular process takes. I've learned to like enjoy it, like just go with the flow. I'm not in a rush, I'm not trying to do this, trying to do that. Really, that really helped me out a lot, because I discovered that I could just be the young lady I am, make mistake if it comes to that, and learn from the mistake also. I don't have to have everything figured out at my age, because I like I said, I was barely 18 years with a degree, working 9 to 5, being responsible, literally handling projects, doing all of that. What time do I have to like do this and do that? One thing I do not like talking about some of these things, so a lot of people don't even know that I've done the whole 9 to 5 life. I've done this, I've done that, I've done a lot of things, guys. Like, I have done a lot of things. So yeah, I've learned to like find joy in the little things of life. I don't need to have everything figured out just yet. It's okay if I'm taking life one day at a time. It's okay if one particular thing is not working at any given time. It will work, and I've learned to like take life like that. That was it. That brings us to number 3. Is that I always say this all the time basically. In a life where you can be anything, I really do hope you choose kindness, because kindness goes a long way, guys. Because there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. There are a lot of things happening, a lot of difficult things going on. So if you can't be kind to one another, be kind to one another. And you do not have to be kind to just the people you know alone, or just people in your immediate environment, your family and the rest of that. Be kind to everybody. People that you don't even you don't know, people that you don't know if you will ever see again in your life, people that are meeting for the first time. Being kind really takes nothing from you. It's one of the best things you can do for yourself basically. This was actually one of the biggest things that I learned from my dad. My dad was like the kindest man that ever lived basically. And I got this whole trait from my dad, where I usually like put everybody ahead of me. If I want to dedicate my time to like helping you figure things out, I will do that. And sometimes that mean that I oftentimes let some of my personal things sit back for someone else's stuff to like go. And number 4 is there is beauty in the little. Like, you don't have to like have the whole world or have the whole life figured out to be happy. There is like finding happiness in the little things of life. That's literally what has been one of my biggest lessons. Like, one thing is that I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, I've lived a life that's done this, done that. I know how fortunate I am basically. I grew up, I didn't grow up like extremely rich, or I'm not like a rich child. I didn't grow up with, but I grew up very comfortable. I grew up with having parents that like provide everything I needed for me. I do realize I actually grew up fortunate, way more fortunate than some other people. I don't in any way take that for granted. Like, I don't take that for granted anyway. I grew up very fortunate. I was able to go to school. I was able to like get this, get that, get this, get that, do everything I wanted, because I had people that were doing everything I wanted for me. So I know how fortunate I was. But one thing about me, anybody that know me know this also already. If you know me personally, is I have always lived a content life. Like, if I don't have a particular thing, I'm not freaked by it. I literally make do with everything I have. I live a very content life because I was raised to like be too freak about a lot of things, because you have access to everything you need. Basically everything you need is handed to you, everything you need. So we are not raised to be like wanting more than we have. We are raised to be content with the little we have and make it the little we have enough. That whole raised to be content was like a personal thing. Mostly, in Nigeria, we have this whole thing where we have to be this, we have to be better than this, we have to be better than that. And then I came to Ghana and I discovered that these people are very happy with little. That's really I discovered that it's okay to like some things. I don't mind. I'm not the kind of person you wouldn't even know. Like, if you see me, I'm literally always happy. Even if I have something that I have to do and the thing is not working out, I don't go out stressing myself too much. I'm like, okay, I'll make do what I have now. This one will come when it comes, things like that. So I've learned to like find joy in the little things of life. I've learned to appreciate the beauty of having, even if it's just little, like I just said. So yeah, that is one thing that really helped me out a lot. But that video is becoming way too long, so that brings us to number 5. Number 5 is being more open-minded. Like, I'm not the most, I'm not very adventurous. I've never been very adventurous. I just said I was very sheltered growing up, so I was used to like being very comfortable in just my environment and making everything. I wasn't really open-minded to, as a matter of fact, before I came to Ghana, if someone had said, oh, one day I will live outside of Nigeria, I would say no, I would never do that. Like, I love my life in Nigeria. I love living in Nigeria. Like, when I was home, the few videos I make at home, I love my life in Nigeria also. So I wasn't like looking to like leave Nigeria and go and live in somewhere else. I wasn't really like too open-minded. I had always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to visit some places and see some things I read about, see on TV for myself also. But I really didn't have that whole elaborate plan of, oh, I'm going to leave home and I'm going to live somewhere else and be somewhere else and do this and do that. I had none of those elaborate plans. It was just like, I'm going to be here and travel and come back. So I wasn't really open-minded when it comes to traveling, discovering new places and the rest of that, and having to learn a certain way of life that's different from the one I knew. I wasn't the most open-minded people. And also about food also, I wasn't really adventurous when it comes to food. I was literally just like used to what I know, and that's it. I wasn't looking to do anything more than that. And I came to Ghana, and I actually was in Ghana for a long time. I was still trying to make sure I make things exactly the way they were at home for me. I don't know if you understand. So I was literally going out of my way to make sure my life wasn't too different, because I was used to, there is this whole comfort that comes with being in your comfort zone. But then I realized over time that I was not a whole lot more open-minded to a lot of things, and I came to realize that I had a lot of learning and unlearning to do, or learning some certain habit and having to learn this particular way of life, because this is how things are being done here. This is not my home. This is someone else's country. I cannot come to someone else's country and expect everything to be the way they were for me back home. So I have to the whole process of learning and unlearning. It was really a lot of things, but that was something I had to do. And I over time that made me be more open-minded. I'm ready to learn more about you. You learn more about me. I'm ready to. I'm not going about saying, oh, this is how it should be and this is how it is. No, oh, if I discover that it can be another way, I'm willing to learn. And because of that, I ask a lot of questions. Also, there is this video I filmed, because I have a lot of video filmed that are coming on, but I miss this whole one-on-one discussion where we come and we talk towards one-on-one, which is why I'm doing this video. I have a lot of videos filmed. I have a trip to another region film that I've not even started uploading yet. There are a lot of videos basically that I have that are coming on basically. I ask a lot of questions when it comes to learning about this particular way of life, this different way of life, learning this whole new language, learning to like communicate with people more. I had a lot of learning to do, and I ask a lot of sometimes questions that might be even stupid. But I do not mind, because like I said, learning is a continuous thing. So I'm really very more open-minded to a lot of things. These are some of the like important life lessons I've learned. There are a lot of things I've learned. Basically, moving away from home, living in a strange land, people that are very different from me, different culture, different way of life, different upbringing. I know we're all Christians and Muslims. When it comes to religion, we're quite similar, but we're also quite different also. When it comes to a lot of things, you know, we are similar and we are different, you know, it's just like that. So I've come to like learn a lot of things basically, and it's really helped me out a lot. And I wanted to come on here and share that with you. I am literally going to be filming that life update video for Ghana video. Oh my goodness, I think it's going to be fun basically, but I do not want this video to go on too long, because my videos are always somehow coming on way longer than I expect them to be. It's a lot of things basically, but yeah, we're going to end this video here. If you're here, you're still watching, do not forget to like this video, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye guys.